Hi, Kathleen Sabo coming to you on October 20th, 2009. This is my Song a Week series, and I believe it's the 5th installment. And I want to talk to you a little bit first before I play what I have for you this week. It's actually a song with no words yet. I didn't want to force this one. I really like this one. So I'm just sort of waiting patiently while the music speaks to me. I do have a title. I'll share that with you in a minute. Let me share the story with you about how this came about. So I was on my way up to Santa Fe last Friday for a recording session and picked up the telephone to call my good friend Dean Lockhart in Florida. And all of a sudden, just a thought came into my head. And when Dean answered, I said, "Dean, I just got a new song that popped in." Of course, he said, "What is it?" Maybe excitedly. And I said, "Well, it's called," I said, "it's based on that wonderful old kind of aphorism that a rising boat lifts all tides." And then we laughed because certainly it's a rising tide lifts all boats. And I said, "I don't know if it's called rising boat yet or rising tide." And it came to me, I realized this afterwards, because Dean is doing some remarkable work down in Florida, preparing materials for courses, internet and in person, healing male-female relationships, and really spurring people on to live passionately and live authentically. And he's been doing this wonderful work on himself for so many years. And it was just a sense, a belief of mine that all the work that we do on ourselves really benefits everyone, goes out into the collective, and Dean's getting ready to bring his work forward. So my thought was he's lifting the tide, it's going to lift all of our boats. That's why that came to me. And then there was just something about some ancestral sense of people in boats. Obviously for some this is not great, being forced here. For others, escaping famine, whatever, disease, just coming to find riches. But again, a rising tide lifts all boats. I love that saying. So this, I have no words yet, as I said. It does, you know, when I think about ancestral, I go back to Celtic because last name is Sabo, but ancestors are McMahon and Pelham. Got a little bit of gypsy in me, but lot of Celtic. So this has a Celtic feel. I decided to put a capo on this beautiful guitar, by the way, on loan from Larry Mitchell. It's an Ibanez guitar. It's got a nice bright sound up high here. So that's why I wanted to use it, give it more of a Celtic feel, bring the capo up on the 5th fret. And again, I'm playing around with it still, but I'll go ahead and play what I have for you so far. It's called Rising Boat or Rising Tide. So that's what I have so far, and a couple of things. Okay, so there's a mistake in there. I need to practice it more. That's what happens with these songs that come up with in just a couple of days. Even though I walk around sometimes trying to do other things with the guitar on, just making that a part of me and sort of inhaling the music, seeing what else will come out on the exhale. But I did play it a lot, and I don't use a pick. So I sort of wore down a couple of nails and actually was surprised to find a blister on the finger here from nail being worn down and using the tip of the finger. A couple of other things. You know, there's some other chord combinations that are nice that I've sort of played around with maybe being a part of this song. I'll play you a couple. Here's one. So that may be one, depending upon the direction I go. And here's another one. So those are two that I might use, and if you haven't guessed what my favorite part of the song is, it's this part. And there's just some feel about that progression. Just sort of lifting one's spirit, lifting those boats. So I didn't want to force this one. I came to you without words today, but this is a song, again, Rising Boat or Rising Tide, that I will really work on because I like it a lot, and I expect it to be on the next CD. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next week.